Welcome to January 2024. When we are eagerly awaiting a decision, the SEC will decide whether they will approve, delay, or reject many spot Bitcoin ETF applications. It's important that you understand how spot Bitcoin ETF could affect the price and volatility of Bitcoin that could affect the value of your own portfolio. Hi, my name is Professor Chahyadi. Big influential financial institutions like BlackRock and Fidelity have decided to offer a spot Bitcoin ETF, which involves purchasing a significantly large amount of Bitcoin from the market. Once they have obtained the Bitcoin, they will generate ETF shares whose number will highly correlate to the amount of Bitcoin purchased. Then, these ETF shares will be sold to individual investors like you and me. The creation of spot Bitcoin ETF will undoubtedly have a huge impact on the price and the volatility of Bitcoin. Let's talk about the potential impact on the price of Bitcoin. First, increase in demand. A spot Bitcoin ETF would create a convenient and regulated way for institutional investors to directly invest in Bitcoin. This could lead to a surge in demand and a price appreciation. The availability and ease of a spot Bitcoin ETF would attract a larger pool of investors, including many huge retirement funds that commonly invest in more traditional asset classes. Second, market validation. If the SEC approves the spot Bitcoin ETF, it would instantly validate Bitcoin as a legitimate asset class. This validation would boost confidence among retail investors and drive the price of Bitcoin even higher. Third, reduced premiums. By introducing a spot Bitcoin ETF, the premiums that institutional investors currently pay for accessing Bitcoin through private funds and trusts could decrease significantly. This would make Bitcoin more attractive and increase the demand for Bitcoin. Now let's talk about the potential impact on the volatility of Bitcoin. First, higher trading volume. If a spot Bitcoin ETF is introduced, it could attract a larger number of active traders, investors, and speculators. This influx of participants could result in higher trading volume. As a result, price swings could be amplified in both directions that could potentially increase the volatility. Second, better liquidity. Such a strong Bitcoin demand from both institutional and retail investors will undoubtedly create better liquidity, ensuring less volatile trading conditions, where Bitcoin prices wouldn't fluctuate in a volatile manner. Better liquidity means that the market can absorb large orders and more stable prices. Third, less influence from whales. A spot Bitcoin ETF could help in diversifying the ownership of Bitcoin. This diversification could water down the influence of a small group of large Bitcoin holders, often referred to as whales. These whales have the ability to manipulate the market through their significantly large trades. With the influence of whales gets reduced, it is possible that price movements could become less volatile. Furthermore, the creation of spot Bitcoin ETFs will create many long-term Bitcoin holders. Since there would be a greater number and diversity of investors, that should make it more difficult for the whales to push the prices around. That will arguably reduce the volatility of Bitcoin. Fourth, impact of cash creation. The approved structure of the ETF could involve a process that's called the cash creation. I will discuss that topic more thoroughly in my next video. When an ETF features the cash creation instead of in-kind creation, this means that new Bitcoin could be introduced into the market through the ETF. In the short term, this influx of new Bitcoin supply could increase the price volatility. In general, if a spot Bitcoin ETF gets introduced, it's likely to boost the short-term Bitcoin price. However, its impact on the Bitcoin price volatility is less clear. And it depends on various factors, such as the features of the ETF and the overall market sentiment. It's important to keep in mind that these are just potential scenarios, and accurately predicting the impact of the approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF is challenging. Bitcoin remains a highly volatile asset, and the Bitcoin price is influenced by many factors. Beyond the mere introduction of a spot Bitcoin ETF, it's always a prudent idea to wait and observe until things become clearer. Stay away from the FOMO temptation, and I will see you in my next video.